What's up, everyone? This is Zach James with StarScript, and today we're going to talk about the Legends story production platform, specifically Legends 1.0 and its 5-phase development rollout. So when you hear the term story production platform, you're probably wondering what kind of stories can be produced. Well, in the beginning, we're going to be focusing on 3 forms of media, and that is text, images, and sound. Later on, we'll move on to adopt video and AR/VR experiences. But really, as you're going to see later on, you're going to be able to mix and match all of these different forms of media to produce all types of different stories. But think, for simple terms, just think that you can produce comic books, graphic novels, podcasts, music albums, blogs, simple forms of digital media for Legends 1.0. Now, why do we need a story production platform? If you're an independent creator who's just trying to do everything on your own, chances are you are having quite a few challenges. You're probably having a funding challenge, a challenge building your team, and getting the word out, getting your story out there and exposed. And a lot of times this could be tricky because you're trying to raise money to create the story, but you kind of need the story to raise the money. Or at least an awesome track record where people are willing to invest in your story. So this platform aims to actually fund productions from the concept state and increase funding as time goes by growing your fan base. So if you're an independent creator trying to make it on your own, you probably feel that heavy burden that really is the burden of entrepreneurship. And that burden can be very heavy because it has to involve with knowing all of the different aspects of a business that make it sustainable. So you have to know a little bit about finance and marketing and team building and management, and it's just a whole lot of work. So with Legends, we wanted to use technology and a careful design to make the production process as simple as possible from the beginning. So in dealing with recruitment or even finding a fan base when the story isn't even fully produced. Now, why is there a need for a comprehensive production platform? So if you're like me, you've probably tried using a bunch of different applications to make a sort of ecosystem that works for you. Maybe you're using social media to get discovered, which is becoming more of a pay-to-play type of environment. And maybe you're publishing somewhere like on Amazon or Spotify or YouTube also to release your product and get it out there. And perhaps you're using something like Amazon self-publishing or Patron. So there's lots of applications that are out there that independent creators can use to build a working machine. But with Legends, what we wanted to do was take all of these factors into consideration and put it all into a single application. And so think of Legends as a social, world building, and crowdfunding platform where the stories are not only produced, but you could bring those stories to market and you could publish them so fans who are exploring all of the different stories on the platform can find your story, contribute to it, and experience it all in one place. Now, fair warning, I'm about to go through all 5 phases of Legends 1.0 development, but keep in mind that nothing really is set in stone right now. This is just the plan. Things are subject to change. We are very interested in your feedback also, which is going to help influence what features get developed when. But mainly we want to have a nice, smooth development process. Oh, and that brings me to one point where I should cover that Legends 1.0 through its 5 phases of development are not going to be available to the public. So once all 5 phases are complete, it will be released to the public so anybody can create an account, originate stories, build teams, make money on the platform. But throughout the 5 phases of development, the only people that are going to have access to the platform are those that contribute to the StarScript crowdfunding campaign. And so just to clear things up, just in case there's some confusion, yes, we are building a crowdfunding platform, but we are also crowdfunding to raise money for the crowdfunding platform. Now, a couple things that are unique about our crowdfunding platform that kind of set it aside and make it stand out from others is, like I was saying before, the products are actually experienced on the platform. And another thing that's unique is that we're bringing forth a new type of crowdfunding where multiple creators can get paid from contributing creative works to the same production. So think about it like if you had something like Patreon where you had a production that was taking place, you would have a single account and patrons would come in and contribute every month to that account. And then if there's a team that is managing that account, or there's a team that's behind the production, then all of that money would have to be manually distributed to all of the people on the team and paid in accordance with their terms. With Legends, we're actually building in an allocation process so that all the creators can get paid on their own account automatically each month from contributing creative works to different productions on the platform. And that's another kind of benefit that comes out of this, is that you may be able to get paid for contributing to many different productions, giving you multiple revenue streams on the same platform. So let's go through the 5 phases of development of Legends 1.0. The first phase is a creator-patron social platform. So this platform is actually going to have a lot of features that are not unique, that are basically you'll see on most social media platforms out there. So when creating an account, you'll be able to build a profile. You'll be able to follow and unfollow and add friends and private message people. You'll be able to search different users and find them, check out their profile, engage with them. And so a lot of those things you'll be familiar with, but there's a couple features coming out in phase 1 that are unique to our platform. So the first one is that all media that is uploaded is going to be on EOS blockchain. So that means that every single bit of media that you as a creator upload to display on your profile is going to be issued its own cryptographic hash that anybody will be able to check out and see that you were the one that uploaded that creative work at that specific point in time. Another feature that is really unique is how we've set up our profile structure. There's actually 2 different user types that exist on this platform. There's the patron profile and the creator profile. And so for you fans who might be thinking, geez, the creators are going to get to have all the fun, this platform is definitely keeping fans in mind and making it so that the patrons actually have certain advantages that creators don't have, or certain features on their platform that's going to help them do their job as a fan, which is really to experience stories, spread the word about stories or different creators that exist, discuss them, rank them. So initially, and I'm going to go through the profile structure real quick, just a little bit, and I'll start with the creator profile structure. We'll see that there's a couple unique features that are there. So when in a creator profile, one of the first things that you're going to be able to see is a creator reel. So that means you as a creator will be able to upload a reel, some type of video, which could be just you talking like I am right here, or it could have pictures of your creative works, of your past experience, whatever it may be. It's going to be a way for you to show in a video, what you're all about as a creator. And for fans and other creators, they're going to be able to share your reel and showcase it on their profile page. Now, patrons are going to get the upper hand here because they're going to be able to share probably around 9 is what we're thinking right now, 9 different creator reels on their profile page, where creators are only really going to get to share 3. So some other features that are going to be on the creator profile is there's going to be a place for you to put all of your different production experience that you've had in the past. So anyone scrolling through your profile page will be able to see what kind of projects you've worked on in the past, regardless if they're something that is going to be on the Legends platform or not. There's going to be another section that also lists all of the different stories that creators will be participating in. And if you're originating a story on the platform in phase 1, or basically just listing a story as a story that's going to be on Legends, you'll be able to tag creators, and with their approval, they'll be able to have that specific story be featured on their profile as well. So another feature that's on the creator profile is job and service offerings. So as a creator, you'll be able to not only seek job opportunities by saying, hey, here's the services that I offer, which is something that's searchable, but you'll also be able to recruit as well. So if you're looking for an awesome sci-fi fantasy concept artist, that's something you're going to be able to search for, all of the different creators that are open to doing sci-fi fantasy concept artwork, and then engage with them, communicate with them, and eventually recruit them. So I think that's just about it for phase 1, which is, again, the social element of the Legends 1.0. And it's going to involve some common features and some unique features that will hopefully create a really cool blend to create an awesome social platform that is specifically focused on stories, story production, and the experience. Moving on to phase 2. So phase 2, we're calling story origination. And in this phase, a creator is going to be able to originate a story, sort of like if you had a Facebook profile and you wanted to add a company profile, something similar to that, but rather than creating a company, you'd be originating a story. You'd be able to pick the title of your story, the description, the genre of your story. You'll be able to post a reel that talks about your story, has maybe you and your team talking about your story, or maybe it has images, artwork, things like that, to whatever it takes to showcase your story. The story reels will also be able to be shared and showcased on creator and patron's profile. Once again, the patrons will have the advantage and be able to feature more reels than creators. In addition to that, like the creator profile, a story profile will also be able to request services from others and say, hey, we're open, we're looking for a concept artist for sci-fi fantasy. They'll be able to have those opportunities available. So anybody out there who has an account, who's looking for some extra work, they'll be able to search and find those job opportunities by searching different search criteria. You'll, of course, be able to follow a story and actually be able to build a library. And so the library feature is pretty interesting in phase 2. So think about Netflix or Amazon, how they just have those rows of stories or of movies that they're featuring. Often they're delineated by genre or recommendations or whatever. You're going to have the similar type of thing, but you're going to be able to build your library from scratch. You're going to have a row that's just focused on the stories that you follow. Eventually, when we go into the later phases of development, you'll also be able to have a row that's just focused on the stories that you are a patron of, that you contribute to, that you have access to. And we're also going to have another row in the library that is basically like a recommended, where we feature stories to you and expose them to you so that you can hopefully find more stories that you enjoy. Now, another thing that's similar to a creator profile that a story profile has is it will have its own media library. And in the beginning, this will be fairly empty until we're able to license or sell works. At least creators will be able to license or sell works to a story. And then those creative works will appear in the story media library, which could be toggled to being private or public, depending on how you set your governance settings. So besides creating a story profile and having a story media library that's on blockchain and being able to search for stories and build your library, those are the essential elements of phase 2. The one other feature that we're probably going to include in phase 2 is we're going to kind of pump up that private messenger and create more of a discussion interface with topics and subtopics, similar to something like a Discord, but it'll be right within the Legends platform.